You are not buying a car. You have never been buying a car. You are buying what the car communicates before you speak. That communication has a price. It keeps going up. And at a certain point, it stops communicating entirely. This is what happens between those 2 points. 6 levels, 6 cars, 6 different versions of the same person pulling into 6 different parking lots and being assessed before the door opens. This is what a car collection actually is. Not a hobby, not a passion, a ladder. And like every ladder, what matters is not the rung you are standing on, it is what you gave up to get there.
Level 1. The Toyota Corolla. You are 22 years old. The car costs $7,400. You bought it from a private seller on a Saturday morning. The seller was a retired teacher who had maintained it carefully for 11 years. You drove it home on the highway with the windows down because the air conditioning needed a recharge and you did not have the money to fix it yet. You did not mind. You owned a car. The external reality of this level is pure function. The Corolla starts. It stops. It moves you from one location to another without requiring you to think about it. The engine has 132 horsepower. The interior is beige. The sound system has a CD player that you never use because your phone does not have a CD. The car has 94,000 miles on it and will run to 200,000 without significant complaint. This is what it was designed to do. It does it. Nobody looks at the Corolla. Not once. You pull into the office parking lot and the car disappears into the row of other unremarkable vehicles, and the day begins without the car having said a single word to anyone. At 22, this does not bother you. You have more important things to communicate than your car. You believe this genuinely. You will stop believing it gradually over the next 3 years without noticing the moment it changes. The system insight at this level is the only honest one in the entire collection. The Corolla is the only car you will ever own that is purely a tool. Every car after it will carry a communication function layered on top of the transport function. That layering is invisible at level 1. You cannot see it from here. You will spend the next 15 years building it, level by level, and by level 4, you will have forgotten that transportation was ever the primary purpose. What you notice at level 1 is other cars, not casually, with a new precision. The BMW in the adjacent parking spot, the Porsche that passes you on the highway on a Tuesday morning. You are building a map. You do not understand it as a map yet. You understand it as aspiration. It is not aspiration. It is navigation. The non-financial cost at this level does not exist yet. You are 22. The cost has not begun to accumulate. What has begun, though, is the habit of noticing what other people drive before you notice anything else about them. It started the morning you bought the Corolla. It will not stop. You will not notice it starting. You will only notice it years later when you realize you cannot make it stop. You drive the Corolla every day for 3 years. It never lets you down. Then one afternoon you pull into a parking lot beside a used BMW 3 Series and you sit in the Corolla for an extra 30 seconds before getting out. Not because anything is wrong, because the 30 seconds is the first time you have felt the distance between where you are and where you are going as a physical thing. Level 2. The used BMW 3 Series. You are 25 years old. Your salary is $72,000. The BMW 328i cost $31,000. It is 4 years old with 38,000 miles. The previous owner was a finance associate at a consulting firm who traded up to a 5 Series. You found it online on a Wednesday night and drove 2 hours to see it on Saturday. You made an offer on the spot. The seller accepted. You drove it home, and the drive home was different from every drive you had ever taken in the Corolla. Not mechanically different. The road was the same road, the distance was the same distance, but something about sitting inside a car that communicates something changed how the drive felt. You noticed this without fully understanding it. You filed it. The external reality of this level is the first car that generates a reaction in a parking lot. Not a dramatic reaction, a glance. The specific glance that moves from the car to you as you get out. A fraction of a second of recalibration as the person adjusts their initial assessment of you upward by 1 notch. This glance happens at the office. It happens at the restaurant. It happens when a date sees the car for the first time, and their expression shifts in a way that is too brief to comment on and too present to miss. The glance says, noted. Nothing more than noted. Not yet. The BMW does something the Corolla never did. It communicates direction. The person driving a well-maintained used 3 Series is someone making intentional decisions. His chosen quality quality over convenience, is moving somewhere specific even if they have not arrived yet. The car communicates a trajectory rather than a destination. You did not design this communication. It was pre-installed in the car by the 2 decades of cultural signaling that preceded your purchase. You bought access to it for $31,000. The system insight at this level takes 6 months to arrive. You start noticing the specific tier of car with a precision you did not have before. Not the Corolla tier and not the Ferrari tier. The middle tier. The tier between arrival and aspiration. You map it systematically without understanding you are mapping it. You know the difference between a 3 Series and a 5 Series. You know the difference between a base model and an M Sport package. You know these things not because you researched them, but because the navigational habit that started in the Corolla parking lot has been running in the background of every drive and every parking lot since you were 22. The non-financial cost at this level is the beginning of the car as a variable in decisions that have nothing to do with transportation. You choose which entrance of the restaurant parking lot to use based on where the BMW will be most visible. You wash it before a first date. You notice when a colleague parks a newer 5 Series beside you, and you process the adjacency before you process anything that happened in the meeting you just attended. These are small things. They are consistent things. They will compound. You drive the BMW for 2 years. In year 2, your total compensation reaches $115,000. On a Tuesday evening, you pass a Porsche dealership and you do not look away as quickly as you used to. The BMW communicates direction. The Porsche communicates arrival. You have not arrived, but you can see it from where you are. That visibility is the beginning of level 3.
Level 3, the new Porsche 911. You are 28 years old. Your total compensation last year was $190,000. The Porsche 911 Carrera cost $127,000. You bought it new. You configured it online at 11 p.m. on a weeknight after a strong quarterly review and submitted the order before you could reconsider. The configuration process took 47 minutes. You chose Guards Red. You knew when you chose it that Guards Red was a statement. You chose it anyway. The external reality of this level is the first car that precedes you into a room. You pull into the office parking lot and 3 people see the car before they see you. The conversation has already begun before you open the door. The Porsche does not generate a glance, it generates a pause, a brief repositioning of attention that acknowledges something has arrived. The acknowledgement is involuntary. The people doing it do not know they are doing it. You see it every time. The 911 occupies a specific cultural position that required 60 years to build. It is the car that communicates a certain relationship with performance, not the performance of wealth, but the performance of driving itself. The person who buys a 911 is communicating that they understand what a car can be beyond transportation. This is a more sophisticated signal than the BMW's trajectory communication. It requires the receiver to understand the distinction. Most people in most parking lots do not. The ones who do are the ones whose opinion of the signal you actually care about. The system insight at this level is precise and slightly uncomfortable. You are driving the most recognizable performance car in its price range, which means it is also the most legible signal to everyone, including the people you are beginning to want to be illegible to. At dinner parties, the Porsche generates conversations you did not want to have. People who know nothing about cars have opinions about Porsches. The opinions are always projections. You smile and respond correctly and drive home afterward in a car that communicated more than you intended to every person in that room. You have begun to understand that at a certain level of car, the car stops being something you own and starts being something that owns a portion of your social identity. This is not a complaint. You chose Guards Red, but it is a reality that was not visible from the Corolla or the BMW and is very visible from here. The non-financial cost at this level is the beginning of the performance. You make choices about where to park, when to arrive, which events to attend in the Porsche and which to arrive by other means. You drove to your college friend's birthday in an Uber, not because you were drinking, because the Porsche at that specific gathering would have changed the temperature of the room in a way you did not want to manage. You are now managing your car the way you manage other signals. The management is invisible to everyone else. It is not invisible to you. You drive the 911 for 3 years. In year 3, you attend a private industry dinner where 3 other guests arrive in Ferraris. You park the Porsche between 2 of them and walk into the dinner understanding, for the first time, exactly what the distance between a Porsche and a Ferrari means. The distance is not mechanical. It is not even primarily financial. It is the specific quality of attention that each car generates in the room and the specific kind of room each car is designed to enter.
Level 4. The Ferrari. You are 34 years old. Your net worth crossed $3 million last year. The Ferrari Roma costs $275,000. You waited 4 months for it. The waiting period is itself part of the transaction. An object available immediately is available to anyone with the money. An object that requires time and relationship is available only to those with both. You had both. The dealership knew you before you ordered. That relationship preceded the car by 2 years. The external reality of this level is the first car that stops most rooms entirely. Not a glance, not a pause, a full stop. The Ferrari pulls into a space and the people nearest to it reorient. Not all of them. The people for whom a Ferrari represents the outer boundary of imaginable wealth reorient completely. The people for whom a Ferrari is familiar recalibrate quietly and specifically. Both groups are present in most rooms. They respond to the same car with entirely different behaviors. This is the first level at which the car communicates differently to different audiences simultaneously. The civilians experience it as spectacle. The collectors experience it as data. You are aware of both responses happening in real time every time you arrive somewhere in the Roma. The civilian response is louder. The collector response is more precise. You have started to care more about the second one. The system insight at this level requires a specific encounter to arrive. You attend a private automotive event, the kind where the cars in the lot are more interesting than the event itself, and you park the Ferrari between a Lamborghini and a Bugatti. The Bugatti belongs to a man you do not know. He arrives after you. He parks. He walks past the Ferrari without looking at it, not dismissively, simply with the specific neutrality of someone for whom the Ferrari no longer registers as the top of the hierarchy. You file this. It takes 3 days to fully process what it communicated. The non-financial cost at this level is the narrowing of ordinary movement. You cannot drive the Ferrari to the grocery store without it becoming an event. You cannot park it in an unfamiliar area without calculating the risk. You cannot drive it on a rainy day without a specific internal conversation about whether the drive is worth the road contamination. The car has acquired a maintenance cost that is not financial, a cognitive maintenance cost that runs in the background of every decision about where to go and how to get there. You own 3 cars now: the Porsche for Tuesday, the Ferrari for Saturday, the rental for anything else. You have not thought about transportation in years. You think about communication. The Ferrari is the loudest communication tool you have ever owned. Loudest is not the same as most sophisticated. You are beginning to understand the difference. Level 5. The Bugatti. You are 41 years old. Your net worth is $28 million. The Bugatti Chiron cost $3.4 million. You did not find it at a dealership. A contact connected you to a private sale. The previous owner was a technology founder who was simplifying. The transaction was conducted over 2 phone calls and 1 wire transfer. The car arrived on a truck on a Thursday morning. You were in a meeting when it arrived. Your assistant sent you a photograph. The external reality of this level is the elimination of the casual audience. The Bugatti does not generate a room response the way the Ferrari does. It generates a category response. The people who know what a Bugatti is respond with specific recognition. The people who do not know what a Bugatti is respond with general recognition of something outside their reference frame. Neither response is the one you are buying. The response you are buying is the one from the 11 people in the world who pull up beside you at a private event and understand in a single glance the complete picture of what brought you to this specific car at this specific point in your life. The system insight at this level is the most counterintuitive in the entire collection. At level 3, the car opened rooms. At level 5, the car closes them. You cannot drive the Bugatti to most places a person goes, not because the car cannot physically get there, because the car's presence in those places creates a management cost that exceeds the value of being there. You drove it to a restaurant once. The restaurant had to redirect foot traffic around the car because people were stopping to photograph it from the sidewalk. You did not finish dinner. You asked for the check after the 3rd interruption and drove home and did not take the Bugatti to a restaurant again. The Bugatti lives primarily in a climate-controlled garage space you rent at a specialist facility. It is driven approximately 40 times per year. Each drive is a considered decision. The car is never simply transportation. It is is an event. Events require management. Management is the non-financial cost of level 5. You manage the car the way you manage a public appearance, intentionally, selectively, with full awareness of what each deployment communicates and to whom. The non-financial cost at this level is the distance from ordinary experience that has become permanent. You are 41 years old and you cannot drive yourself to most places an ordinary person goes without the car becoming the story of the trip. The Corolla was invisible. You have not been invisible since level 3. The Bugatti is the least invisible thing you have ever owned. You are beginning to wonder what it would feel like to own something that nobody could see. Level 6. The commissioned hypercar. You are 48 years old. Your net worth is $95 million. The car does not have a name on its specification sheet. It has a project code known to the manufacturer, to you, and to the 7 engineers who spent 19 months building it. The cost was $6.8 million. The cost is the least interesting thing about it. You did not approach the manufacturer. They approached you. Not because of your net worth, which they did not know in detail, because of your relationship with their brand across 12 years and 4 previous vehicles, because you were the kind of customer who understood what they were capable of beyond what they offered in their public catalog, because the conversation about what was possible lasted 18 months before the commission was confirmed. The external reality of this level is the elimination of the room as an audience entirely. The commissioned hypercar is not made to be seen in parking lots. It is not made to generate responses in rooms. It is made to exist as the singular expression of a specific brief developed between you and a team of engineers over 19 months. The brief covered things that no production car specification sheet has ever covered: the exact acoustic profile of the exhaust at 4,000 RPM, the specific weight distribution that matches your driving style on a particular type of road, the interior materials sourced from a tannery you visited in person. The car is a collaboration. You are a co-author of it. No one else will ever drive it. The system insight at this level is the final one and the longest to arrive. You have spent 26 years climbing a hierarchy designed to communicate with rooms. You have arrived at an object that communicates with no room. The commissioned hypercar is invisible to everyone, not because it is subtle, because its specific language is spoken by no audience that currently exists. The 3 engineers who built it understand it completely. You understand it completely. Everyone else sees a car. This is not a failure. You do not experience it as a failure. You experience it as the natural endpoint of a trajectory that began in a parking lot in a Toyota Corolla at 22 years old. The trajectory always led here. You could not have seen it from the beginning. Nobody can see the end of the ladder from the first rung. The non-financial cost at this level is the one that has been accumulating since level 2 and is now complete. You look at the car and you do not see the room anymore. You do not see what it communicates. You see the object, purely, for the first time since the Corolla. The first morning you drove the Corolla, you felt something specific and uncomplicated. You have been trying to reproduce that feeling through 5 levels of increasing price and decreasing legibility. The commissioned hypercar does not reproduce it. Nothing could. The feeling at level 1 was about beginning. You cannot begin again. You are 48 years old. You have 6 cars. Each one cost more than the last. Each one was purchased to communicate something the previous one could not. The commissioned hypercar communicates nothing to no one. You drive it on an empty road on a Sunday morning with nowhere specific to go. The road is empty. The car does what it was built to do. It does it better than any car you have ever driven. You are not going anywhere. You are already there. You understood this somewhere around mile 40. You drove for another 60 miles before you turned around, not because you needed to, because the drive itself had become the point, the way it was the point at 22 in a Toyota Corolla with the windows down and the air conditioning broken and no particular destination in mind. It was always the drive. You just needed $6.8 million to remember that. The first car got you there. The last car gets you there too. Everything in between was the most expensive way a person has ever learned that there was never anywhere to arrive.